Hi everyone, welcome to Papa's Workshop. Today is day 3 of my workshop makeover. Today I was able to get the tape and floating done, the painting, and I've got to put the covers back on. And we're going to mount a TV today. Let's get started. Okay, this is the TV mount that I'm going to be putting onto the wall. It is from Harbor Freight, and the good thing about it is you got to check the prices. Prices will range quite a bit. When I first looked at the price, it was around $26. Normally I see it for around $26 or $19. Lowest I've ever seen it was $14.99. So I just sat back and waited about a week, and guess what? I got a coupon in my email for $14.99. So that is a fantastic price. That's the lowest I've ever seen it. So this is what we're going to be putting right up here on the wall. And you can see now that I do have all my electrical covers on. I got my new lighting in, and everything is back in place. So all that's left, put the TV on the wall, and let's try it out and see how it works with the computer. Yeah, I'm very happy that I was able to find this on sale for the $14.99. But quite frankly, knowing that that was the lowest price that I had ever seen, really didn't want to have to pay the $26.99 that I was seeing advertised. As far as unpackaging this, the product actually comes packaged very well, and there's really basically only 3 components. The 2 parts that go onto the back of the TV. Of course, you have the nuts and bolts that you need in a variety of different sizes and an instruction manual. But the most important thing are the 2 pieces that go onto the TV and the support that goes onto the wall itself. The screws that I'm going to be using, I'm actually going to be using the bolts that will screw directly into the studs, and it requires 4 of them along with the washers. And on this selection of the screws that I have, I see the 4 that I need. Putting this bracket onto the back of the TV is actually very straightforward. The one thing is you do have to keep in mind, there is a right and a left, because this side right here, for it to being able to adjust the tilt, must be on the outside. So this one, for an example, will go right here. And as far as the height, I want to be able to keep this upright below the top of the TV. So that looks about right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes down. And I'm going to go ahead and slip that in right there. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll slide it up there. And the other 2 screws will go right into this part. And with the screwdriver, I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these up. There we go. Now in this package, they give you a bunch of different sizes of screws to be able to use to be able to fit in here. And the screw with the correct thread is this one. However, it's too long. So I'm going to have to go to my nuts and bolts and screws and see if I've got a shorter one. These 2 screws up here I actually had from an older setup, so those actually work. Let's see if this is the right thread, and that's a shorter screw. And it is. That's going to work out good. So now I can go ahead and tighten it up. go. And that's all there is to mounting this. These two screws right here are actually designed to tighten on the bottom to hold the TV secure. To give you an idea, this is going to be on the wall, and that just hooks right underneath there. That will go down to this point, and then these screws will tighten up to secure on the bottom. Works great. I like that. It's a very simple design, but very effective design. To set this up for the wall, the first thing I want to do is be able to get a nice straight level line. Having this accurate and level is very important because you really don't want the TV crooked. Now, marking left and right about where the studs are. I have a real good idea where those studs are located. So rather than drawing a straight line all the way across, I just mark the approximate location. Then using a stud finder, I'm going to mark exactly where the studs are. Using these lag bolts, I don't want to miss the stud and I don't want to catch the edge of the stud. I want to be able to try to have it where it's as close to the center of the stud as I possibly can when I'm drilling the hole and mounting this bracket. Because after all, this TV is heavy. Now the next thing that I want to be able to do is drill a small pilot hole, and I'm using about an 1/8 inch bit to be able to drill this first before I drill the larger hole for the lag bolt. And that does a couple of things. It gives me the exact location of where the level line is, and it also makes sure that I hit the stud on the off chance that I miss, and it won't leave a big hole. Then I switch over to the larger bit and drill the hole actually for the lag bolt itself. Now then, you want that small hole there because the large bit will wander and it will get out of level. Don't want that. Okay, with the holes drilled, it's time to mount the bracket itself. And all I'm doing is putting it in position about where I want it and go ahead and put the lag bolts in. Of course, I'm putting the lag bolts in on the top first to be able to hold it. And then from there, I'll go ahead and tighten it up. Now with these lag bolts, you do want to use the washer as well as the lag bolt to install this. And again, the lag bolts and the washers were provided in the kit for this mount. Now I'm tightening this up using the ratchet to be able to make sure that it's nice and secure in the wall. Now a quick double check just to make sure that things are nice and level, and they are. Can't beat that. So now I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes for the bottom, and we're going to get the 2 lag bolts for the bottom part of the bracket installed, and then that'll complete the installation. I'm just going to go ahead and screw in the 2 lag bolts on the bottom, and we'll be done and ready to mount the TV. Different TVs will have different types of brackets to be able to unscrew this, but this one's just real easy and very straightforward. It's just got 4 screws that'll be able to take out, and this base will be able to be removed. Okay, all that's left is to get this thing on the wall. Okay, and we didn't drop it. Can't beat that. Let's go ahead and get it hooked up. Hooking up the cable is actually really straightforward. It's right up here at the top. And I can just screw that in. And that's done. And all the connections are over on this side. Next thing I want to do, we'll get the power cable up there. And there we go. Pull that up. And we'll plug that in. And again, we'll just tuck that wire down inside so it'll be out of sight. There we go. So those are all connected. Connect them over here on the side now. Last thing I've got to do is just hook up the HDMI, and that cable will be seen because that cable is going to go down to the computer. And that completes the installation. Very easy, very straightforward, and it works great. So I got to be able to say the hats off to the Harbor Freight design on this flat screen TV wall mount. Works out really well. It's easy to do. Let's test it out. Having the new home for the CNC machine, I think is going to work out really, really good. I like to be able to use this space and to get rid of all the clutter that was in this space before. This makes for a very usable area, one that keeps the CNC machine separate of the rest of the shop because it has its own little cubby hole, and this is nice. The TV I like also. Great job. Hi everyone. Thank you for watching my video today. If you like the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the little bell next to it so you'll be notified on the different videos that I upload. Also, check out the videos over here to be able to stay up to date on the happenings in my shop. So again, thank you for watching my videos.